And think about that. That was like, it ended up like a 10-minute meditation, but everyone was like, phew, yeah. Time really doesn't exist except that we conceive it does. Um, so with the comment about being so light and spacey and, well, going off to space and the cosmos, that's like one of the delightful things you get to do. That's awesome. But you had awareness of what you were doing. So when you came back, you were aware of your experience. Like, oh, good, the vibration got good enough that I was able to just project myself someplace fun. But then there's the light and space where you're like, well, you had me this point, and then I don't know where I went. And this is part of my challenge for everyone here, to learn to keep your focus in meditation for longer and longer and longer. These two and I, we go to a weekly group, and the woman who leads the meditation, we're like, all of us, because she gets such a high frequency going. Um, and then afterwards, when we come back and it's sharing, everyone in the group's like, oh, I missed that part. Oh, I missed that part. Like, none of us can stay there for the totality of it. And like in the Bible, the whole thing where Jesus is like in the Garden of Gethsemane, whatever. Can everyone stay awake with me? And everyone falls asleep and leaves him on his last night alive, sitting by himself, like, and most people, when we read the Bible, we're like, oh God, what a bunch of terrible disciples. But that's a total misinterpretation of it. It's when you get the frequency so high, people space out. And here's this fellow who had like become a being of like pure light, and he's like, hi everyone, let's meditate together. And then he's like, I lost them somewhere. Now he was able to keep his focus because he had learned to work his energy. So what everyone here, my challenge to you is to learn to keep your focus for longer and longer periods of time. Now, that does not mean you're going to lose that wonderful, delightful, oh, I just went off somewhere. It means that you will get a broader, stronger base and a more powerful network to support you as you go off somewhere, so that instead of going off well, you had me till you hit the throat chakra, and then I was like, and then when you got the third eye, I was gone. Instead, you're like, well, I was with you until we were meeting with ascended masters and went into the Akashic library, and then I was gone. Like you get to higher and higher points. Was it Nelson Rockefeller said that he contributed his fortune and all of his work to his ability to focus on one thing for up to 10 minutes at a time. And because he could hyper focus, he was able to accomplish great feats from that. So as we learn in meditation to stay with it for longer and longer periods of time, we will be able to accomplish more and greater things. And when I talk about our then being able to connect with all the lines of energy out there, the more you can keep your focus, the more you can say, okay, now I'm with it. Now I'm up with several of my past lives. And I'm seeing where those past lives, who is it who's supporting them? Who is the guardians and the caregivers of those past lives? Even as those past lives are watching over me, who's watching over them and mentoring them? You can go further and further out and see more and more. In like Hindu and Buddhist work, there's a lot of ancestral healing because you want to make sure all the energy coming to you is good energy. And, not all people were good. Like you may have a great uncle who was a total schmuck, and he like took it. Like I had a grandmother who my father's mother, my dad is a great person. It's like a miracle considering what raised him. But his mother, like her favorite hobby was to frame people and sue them. Not for any reason other than she loved having really good people arrested on bogus charges and then taking them to court. She was an awful, horrible person. But I'm energetically connected to her. It behooves me to send healing work to her because that energy, like I can do a cord cutting ceremony. I can go all shamanic old school and go, yeah, I don't need this, sever, sever, sever. However, she and I are of the same ancestry line for a reason, right? And I don't know what her higher self is like. I know that I've had lives where I've been kind of awful. Like I remember some of them, and some of them I'm a little embarrassed by. Um, so I can't judge her higher self based on the life path she chose for one life where she obviously chose insanity. Like there's no question that woman was nuts. So she chose insanity for a life path. Does that mean her higher self is insane? No, it just means she chose one life. If I sever my connection to my grandmother, I'm severing my connection to her higher self and everything else I might learn about her. So it behooves me to send healing energy to her. Like maybe she didn't finish her life lesson, so she's still got karma left that she has to like work out. Maybe I can help her complete that process so that then all of that evil, insane corruption is like complete healed and she can become one with her higher self without any of this negative garbage around her. That would be much better for me to then be connected to that powerhouse of a higher self than be like, oh, she's tainted, cut, 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 cut. Now, that doesn't mean I have to go around healing everyone. It's my choice. But as I am connected to her ancestors, and, if each and every one of us in our lives were like pretty much male, female, prostitutes, murderers, nuns, holy people, politicians, rebels, dilettantes, we were all of this, then the more we learn to help ancestral lines heal, the more we develop the skill to heal our total being. Sometimes we come into like karma, you understand, it's not about like, oh, I kicked my dog repeatedly while he was alive and then he died because I kicked him. Sorry, Snag, I would never kick you. So the next life, I'm going to be a dog that gets kicked. It's not tit for tat. It's about lessons in process and lessons complete. Your karma is all for you. Your karma is all for you. My karma is all for me. Once I learn a lesson, that's it. Like, for example, think about like when you were a kid, maybe someone was mean to you, they bullied you, they made you miserable. And in turn, not wanting to be bullied, maybe you joined when people were bullying someone else. And then you go through life feeling so bad about the kid you bullied so that you could be popular. And you were like hurt by the kid who bullied you. And then, 30 years go by and there's a high school reunion and you go and you run into your bully and you're like, oh my God, you made my life miserable. And the bully's like, I'm so sorry. I don't even remember you. But yeah, my parents were going through a horrible divorce and my dad was an alcoholic and I was just kind of lashing out at everyone. I'm really sorry. What's your name again? And then you're like, I've been carrying around all of this angst and anxiety all this time over someone who doesn't know who I am. That's my lesson to learn. That's not this other person's lesson. Then you run into the kid that you bullied and you're like, I am so sorry I bullied you. You might get the response of, oh, you did? I didn't know. I know a lot of kids bullied me. I didn't know you were one of them. Or, I always thought we were friends. I don't know. Or they might say, yeah, it really hurt me. And the two of you have a chance to mutually resolve or not. Or that person might say, yeah, like everyone bullied me, but then I went off to become a multi-billionaire tech person. So who really cares? Have you seen my gorgeous spouse? you know. Um, so if you have something in you, you don't need to get the other person to resolve it. You can resolve it in yourself. Sometimes we come to life to learn a big lesson in one life or tiny lessons. Sometimes we come into life to clear up a lot of bits and pieces of karma that are hanging out. Or sometimes there's a lesson that takes multiple lives to learn. You know, your higher self knows. And you can talk with your higher self to find out, like, what's up with this? Or people come to me for past life readings to learn this stuff, or you can go on my YouTube channel. I've got like a couple hundred videos that you can go into it. But when it comes to energetic connections, anytime you have a connection to anyone that you feel is not healthy, is not empowering for you, you need to resolve it for yourself. The other person, if you want to resolve it with them, that's your choice, but really it's up to them to resolve for themselves. You can do it mutually, or you do for yourself, but we're all on our own personal karmic path. Does that make sense? Now, the healthier and more wholesome you are, the easier it is to send love and healing out to others without absorbing all of that that's with the unhealthy karmic resolutions. So as you start working with your chakras and your energy centers, you can find areas where you're like, well, I'm carrying around this clutter and karma that I don't want anymore. I'm ready to get rid of it. If you're connected, as we were with our chakras, with your crown wide open and your root wide open, and you're bringing in all the divine energy to support the work you're doing, and you're bringing up all the beautiful root energy to support the work you're doing, it makes it a lot easier to manage your personal healing. And you also get more used to getting your energy always from clean sources. So when it goes out to others, it doesn't matter what kind of angry or frustrated or whatever energy is around you, because it's clean energy in you going out. Does that make sense? Yeah. Then you're not absorbing so much of what's out there. Obviously, this close to Washington, D.C., we get a lot of toxic energy invading our space, on a daily basis. So it becomes even more important to tap into clean sources, fill yourself, and send out. Okay, there's two things I want to talk about quickly. The first one is breathing. And the second one is, no, we'll do breathing second. The first one is filling your major chakras and then sending them out to the smaller ones. Because, like I said, we have several thousand chakras in our body, and yet we're only focused on this. There's So we're going to do a quick meditation. We're just going to jump right back in that state that we were in of ever flowing. And then I'm going to invite you to find locations in your body that are not feeling energy filled. We'll do a few together, and then you'll get to go and find some yourselves. It might be an area that has a little pain, some glowing vertebrae. Patsy's already got a jump on the rest of us. It might be, if you get restless leg syndrome, That's really kind of trapped energy. So if you get restless leg syndrome when you go to sleep at night, make sure you got energy flowing and you'll feel a lot of that energy going away. Or if you get balls of energy like in your elbows, yeah, that's the same. That's the same. It's energy is pooling, it's not flowing. Um, when you do hands on healing, I mean, not hands on touching, but energy healing through your hands, of course, you fill your being with energy and you send it out. There is so many areas in your hands that energy can go out. The webbing between your fingers are powerful energy resources. If you're doing like someone has a dental issue, you generally use your fingertips so that you get a little more laser energy going to the specific area. You might find you're like weaving the energy a bit. You may be like activating the palms, the back of your hands, your fingernails. They all have different kinds of ways of like sending energy out. So when you fill your chakras and you bring it in and you're flowing through your arms to your hands, pay attention to what naturally lights up. And then a good exercise, which I don't think we'll have time for today, is to then move your focus and intention around to different spots of your hands to activate the energy. And I'll usually take my fingertips and touch them. Like, okay, I'm activating the energy here, I'm activating the energy here, and then just focus on that area where you touch and let the energy just like come out and feel the different kinds of energy. So for you energy healers, it's a fun exercise on like, wow, I was getting bored with Reiki and now it's like a whole new state of being. Um, and we were talking about the symbols. If you don't want to do your hands with the symbols, you can draw them with your finger, and um, so okay. So we're going to hop around different and discover the areas where your energy pools in your body or likes to stop in your body, and we'll invite it to flow. We'll be sitting here with our eyes closed, but if you wish to at any point, like be using your hands to direct yourself or tap on anything during this, feel welcome to. Or if you just want to stay relaxed and slumped, you can lie down if you want. Make yourself, everyone get comfy. Okay. Sometimes I need to blow on my hands. All right. So everyone relax and breathe. Just like beautiful muscle memory, energy memory. We're going to return to the state where the energy is just flowing through our being. Our feet are relaxed, and the energy is just pooling around them. And you can feel automatically your root chakra just expands back out, and the energy just starts being pulled through your body by the gravitational fall of the energy that's flowing through the bottom of your feet, through your root chakra. And automatically, your crown just opens beautifully wide, and all the beautiful cosmic energy is flowing in. All of the core of your being is flowing with beautiful cosmic energy. Just take a moment to breathe. Let the energy flow. Feel how your root just becomes so gorgeously expansive. As the energy is flowing through your being, feel welcome to put your focus or awareness, put your awareness to your chakras, starting with your crown on down through your third eye, your throat, heart, solar plexus right below your ribs, and your belly, the sacral, and your root. Whichever you feel needs more attention, give it permission to flow and relax. And allow your energy to expand as it wishes. Your core power centers are really amazing and powerful and bright, flowing. And invite this energy to spread to your shoulders, your biceps. Focus for a moment on your biceps. Are both of them flowing with the same energy? Or does one side or another resonate uniquely? You can have a conversation with your biceps if you like. Notice the kind of energy flowing. Notice your elbows, the inner part of your elbows where energy loves to pool. Come a little goofy feeling. So with your focus, extend that energy down your forearms and wrists to your hands, shooting straight out your fingertips and any other part of your hand that wishes to emanate. If the energy flowing through is putting any sort of pressure or vertigo or queasiness in your being, this is a, a place where the energy is not flowing with fullness. Invite the energy to flow fully and send love to that spot. Allow your focus to go to your hands. Is there any place in your hand that feels more tingly or light or dull than the others? Take a moment to explore your hands. Realize the many nerve endings that are in your wrists, in your hands, in your fingers. You can individually go to micro spots on your hands and fingers and check the energy flow. You can even mentally pinch or massage these areas You might find, as these are connected with nerve endings, other parts of your body will respond. And now let's send some belly energy down through our legs, our thighs, knees, down through the calves and shins to your ankles and your feet, where again you have thousands of nerve endings. As the energy is flowing through your legs and your feet into earth, mentally give your feet a massage. Allow your intention to press or pinch or ball into parts of your feet. And as your awareness is giving an energetic massage to your feet, while the energy is flowing through you, you'll notice your crown chakra naturally responds by becoming light and tingly and sending even more energy flowing through your being. You may even feel an energetic shift in the energy within your being, becoming lighter and flowing deeper into parts of your being. Invite your body to show you areas in your being that would like energy sent to them. And then allow whichever chakra responds to this request to naturally flow to that location or those as many as you wish locations. You'll notice in this process the energy flowing into you from the divine and then being sent from your chakras to parts in your body that are requesting extra loving support, then flows out to those around you and the universe, bringing additional blessings of love to wherever this gorgeous emanation flows to. The more you allow your primary chakras of their own volition to send their love and energy to your smaller chakras, you begin to realize that all of your chakras become one within you, one glowing mass of energy flowing in a wonderful, complex, multi-million line pathways that create a beautiful, glowing, sacred orb that is your being. Invite the divine to send a final breathy kiss of love down into you, to hold in your heart a kiss from the divine. And allow your energy centers to re-embrace your physical being and all the love that you have infused them with. And allow yourself to return to the act of breathing and moving, wiggling toes and fingers, returning to your physical self in this time, in this place. Take in a deep breath. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes, return to the here and now.